One of the things I regret over the last several weeks is not talking much about Plato's Republic, the specifics about Thomas More's Utopia, about Hobbes's Leviathan. And I should reconsider this as I phase out discussion of Ameritopia. But these masterminds, Obama, Sebelius, and so forth, as I explain in the book, the politicians, the bureaucrats, the judges, they've become America's version of Plato's philosopher kings and guardians. And in the Republic, Plato wrote, philosophers, because of the love of forms. Now, for him, forms, he was a perfect thing or being, God-like. Philosophers, because of the love of forms, become lovers of proper order in the sensible world as well. They wish to imitate the harmony of the forms. In other words, heaven on earth. And so in their relations with others, they are loath to do anything that violates the proper order among people. So they set up this order among people. The proper order. The right forms. The truth. And they don't want to upset it once they set it up. Moreover, Plato said, only the philosopher kings are able to know the good, that is the ultimate truth. They're wise and learned beyond the capabilities of the people they rule. And so I ask, from where do the masterminds, from where does Obama acquire these superhuman qualities? Are they born with them? Truth is, no individual or assemblies of individuals are up to the task of managing society this way. They never have been and they never will be. They do not know what they do not know, and they don't care what they do not know. Central planning, this is what this is. It's not about rationality and reason. It's not about knowledge and experience. It's about illegitimately exercising power over others. It is about the deceit of moral relativism and situationalism. This is in the next to last chapter of Ameritopia. You might say, Mark, how did you predict all these things? I didn't predict anything. It's here. It's here. It's all around us. Look. It is about the coercive imposition of a hopelessly impossible utopian ideal. An ideal that is complex and ambiguous, fixed and elusive, comprehensive and piecemeal, and abrupt and gradual. But its direction is certain, steady, and one way. Tyranny in one form or another. It requires non-stop social engineering and intervention in matters big and small, for it concedes no failures, acknowledges no bounds, and tolerates no deviation from dogma, which is said to be futuristic, paradisiacal, and preordained. So we have to do all these things. We cannot let the Catholic Church or any other faith get in the way of our ideal society, can we? We cannot allow the Constitution and the First Amendment to get into the way of our ideal society, can we? I hate to tell some of my friends out there, many of whom are liberal listening to this program, but we have elected for president a fanatic who is committed to attacking these foundational institutions in our society. That's what he's committed to. Now, maybe you have to pinch yourself, throw cold water on yourself. I don't know what it's going to take for the rest of the country to wake up and notice. Or even for some of these Republican candidates to wake up and notice. Well, he's a good guy. He's just over his head. No, he's not a good guy. He may be over his head, but he knows what ideology he's fighting for. He may not have the designs, because they never do, but he does have designs on our sovereignty as individuals and as a nation. This is scary stuff. It's not at the end of the world. No, I'm not doing end of the world stuff. I am telling you what is happening to our society. And many of you who've read To Ameritopia, you know we're there now. The question is, how far do we go with this? How far along are we going to be dragged through this? And my fear is that if people who claim to be Republican leaders are either too stupid to comprehend what's going on or too cowardly to stand up to it, including Republican candidates, several of them, and if half or more of our fellow citizens don't give a damn, then there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. Is there? If I'm wrong, call me and tell me what we can do. Now, I said if that happens. With you and with me, I think we can fight it by informing as many people as we possibly can. We have to talk accurately about what's going on, not keep talking about what's going to happen, It's here. It's here. It's here right now. You cannot tell me that the way the Constitution is rejected and evaded and trash-talked, for that matter, is the way it was treated 200 years ago. Please don't bring up slavery. I've addressed that 1,000 times already. I'll address it again if I have to. But slavery has absolutely nothing to do with this today. Zero. So try and put that aside, you libs. Besides, it was your party that promoted it. So don't make me get into the whole ugly history of your party either. And it's your party that's dragging us all into the muck right now, too. And my party that's kind of smiling with a lollipop stuck in their mouths while they're watching the whole damn thing go on. I hope I'm making sense. The one difficulty is it can't be all doom or gloom when you're behind a microphone, or people go, oh, geez, I don't want to hear all this. I don't blame you. So we're not all doom and gloom all the time. But on the other hand, when I watch this stuff, when I see this stuff, I can put a happy face on it. But isn't that stupid? Somebody told me a caller to Russia's show today with Mark Stein filling in said, welcome to Ameritopia. Well, welcome to Ameritopia. Because that's where we are right now. And the reason I identify it as such is because I love the Constitution. I love my country. I love our liberty. And we've already lost a great deal of it. Oh, we have. How does the president think he can do what he's doing right now when it comes to the issuing of this regulation that affects people of faith? How does he think he can get away with it? Because he thinks he can get away with it. Now, by the way, these things I say on the air and these things I write in my book, based on political philosophy, based on history, based on current events, I think, according to the Department of Homeland Security, I should be on their watch list. I think that's right. If I saw the new regulations properly.